Hello, good morning, children. Welcome back to the new session. Today we are going to discuss about past perfect tense. Firstly, let us know the structure of this tense. Subject plus had plus main verb in the past participle form. That is in V3. We use past perfect tense to talk about things that had happened before another action in the past. While talking about two actions which took earlier, to express that action, to refer that action, we use past perfect tense. Here we have an example. She had been my friend before she transferred to another school. Here we have two events. They are she was my friend and another one is she transferred to another school. Between these two events, she was my friend is earlier action. To refer that, it is written in past participle form, right? Word before, adverb of time, indicates that something happened before another. Been is the past participle form of the verb was, right? Another example, Grandpa had lived in this house before he decided to sell it. Two actions are Grandpa lived in this house and one more, he decided to sell it. Between these two actions, that he lived in this house is the past, earlier past, so it is written in past participle. Next one, by the time his mom arrived home, he had already fallen asleep. Here we have two actions, one is arrival of mother and boy's sleep, right? Between these two actions, he had fallen asleep is written in past participle because it is earlier past, right? Next one, I had a baby before I entered college. Here we have two hads because one is auxiliary verb and another one is main verb. I had a baby, I entered college. Between these two actions, I had a baby is earlier past, I entered college is recent past. So it is written in past participle form. How to form negative sentence in past participle form, that is subject plus hadn't or had not plus verb in the past participle, right? Let us change the following sentences into negative. She had been my friend before she transferred to another school. Here we have to add the negative word not. It should be done in this way. She hadn't been my friend before she transferred to another school, right? Next one. Grandpa had lived in this house before he decided to sell it. Grandpa hadn't lived in this house before he decided to sell it. Now let us know how to frame questions in past perfect tense. The structure is given here. Had plus subject plus verb in the past participle. Right? She had been my friend before she transferred to another school. It is done in this way. Had she been my friend before she transferred to another school? Next one. Grandpa had lived in this house before he decided to sell it. Had Grandpa lived in this house before he decided to sell it? This is how we frame questions in past perfect tense. Here we have a solved exercise. Let us read them. Firstly, positive. Matthew had studied music before he became famous. How can it be changed into negative? Matthew hadn't studied music before he became famous. It is framed into interrogative. Had Matthew studied music before he became famous? Right? The same exercise continues here. The meeting had been finished by the time we arrived. It is positive. The meeting hadn't been finished by the time we arrived. It is negative. Lastly, how it is done, let us see. Had the meeting been finished by the time we arrived? It is question. Next, last one. The wind had blown the papers away before he got them. The wind hadn't blown the papers away before he got them. It is negative. The question is here, had the wind blown the papers away before he got them? Right? This is how the sentences can be changed into positive, negative, and questions. Right? Practice the sentences examples for past perfect tense and let us continue this grammar topic in the next session. Thank you. Have a nice day.